Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, I am going to get through this tutorial if it kills me. So what I'm going to show you guys, this is a quick tutorial to show you guys how to make these cute little gift bags. I did one not too long ago and showed you guys the bag when it was done, and I put a charm in it for my grandma-in-law. She loved it. And I had a lot of requests to say, how the heck do you make those little bags? I will show you how to do it. Finally get into it. It is not difficult, guys. It really isn't. And these bags, I want to tell you, they are perfect for just for gift cards. At Christmas time, this would be perfect because a lot of times we're giving gift cards because it's really what people want, or cash or whatever. And it's so not personal. And I truly think that putting it in something really quick like this that is handmade, hand decorated by yourself, makes it a personal thing. So I think it's perfect for that kind of stuff, and any kind of small jewelry gift or whatever. So I think they're great, and they look great under the tree too, but it's great for birthdays, all kinds of stuff. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make. And how I learned how to make this myself was on Scor-pal.com, www.scor-pal.com. There's all kinds of things on there that show you how to use your scoreboards. Really cute projects, and they're really not difficult, and good tutorials on there. I don't remember where I got this one from, and I've saved it like a long time ago on my computer, but I don't know who I got it from. I just kind of jotted down what I did, and I got it from Scor-pal.com. So try them. I don't work for Scor-pal. They're not paying me to do this. I'm just doing this because my wonderful subby said, show me how to do that. So I am. Okay, so some of the things you're going to need. You're going to need a good cutter. You're going to need a 12 by 12 piece of paper. I have already cut this one, okay? But you're going to need a 12 by 12 piece of paper, your cutter, you need a ruler, you need your scoreboard, and you're going to need a cutting mat, and I'll go through the details of this and why this is important soon. But you are going to need a mat, and it has to have these lines on it. I'll explain that. You need some good adhesive. I personally prefer Scor tape. I think it's the best tape adhesive out there. I really do. It's very friendly to use as well. So that's what I choose. You can use your ATG gun. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just don't think that over time this sticks as well as you want it to. But this does. I've made a lot of them, and this kind of tape works out really well. The red tacky tape works really well too. But this I like because as I pull it out, I can tear it, and it's really easy. The red tacky tape, you can't tear it. You have to stop, get your scissors, cut it, and that's a pain in my butt. I don't like that. So that's why I prefer that. So if anybody's, why is that your favorite? Those are some of the reasons why. So along with your scoreboard, you need your bone folder, and you're going to need a hole puncher. This is just the one that I have. Any little hole puncher will do. You can get the dollar ones or whatever from your kids that they use at school. And I just need a little paper piercer, and I'll show you why I do that. And you might want to have some scissors in case your tape goes over, however you're going to use your tape. But that's it. So let's get started. It's going to be super easy. So I don't need my cutter anymore because I already took my 12 by 12. And the first measurement you need is to take your 12 by 12 paper and cut it at 6. Out of one sheet of 12 by 12, you're going to get 2 bags, okay? And this is the other bag that I did for the last tutorial where I discovered something while I was teaching you guys. I taught myself something, and I'll show you. I never realized it. I felt really stupid afterwards. Oh well. So first you're going to cut your paper again at 6, okay? Cut that. I'm going to get this out of my way. And I'm going to have to pop up here every once in a while, make sure I'm in screen and you guys can see everything I'm doing. Okay? So, you're going to start scoring. So you're going to go long ways, okay? Just like so. And you are going to score at 1.5. Make sure you're even. Flat up against there. Going to score at 1.5. And then again at 4.5. Oh my god, that was so hard. I'm just kidding. Then rotate your paper to its long ways, okay? Right on your board. Then you're going to score at 5. And then you're going to score at 7. Okay? There you go, tic-tac-toe. You see that, hopefully? Okay? So now that that's done, this is where you're going to grab this mat. And I love the Scor-pal one because this just fits right in there. And I don't know, I just love it. It's the one I have. Okay, so now to make this, you're going to need to add little score lines in the corners like so. Okay? And why this comes in so handy, you can see I've got a 6, you probably can't see that, but this is the 60-degree line. This is the 45-degree line. And this is the 20-degree line. This also is a 45-degree line. And I completely brain farted on the last one I did and didn't pay attention to the 45-degree line. So that's why I'm redoing this. So you need one of these, you know what, I have another one and I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look and see. I have another cutting mat and, oh look, this one has it too, but it doesn't have the one going the other way. This is a pink X-Acto one that I have and it has these lines on there as well. And there's a way to get around it. And you know what, maybe in this tutorial, I think I'll include that, okay? So if you don't have one that has this line, you know, going that way, that's fine. You can work around it. It's fine. So what you need to do, real important, you take this long ways, turn it over. You don't have to turn it over, I just like to. Turn it over and line it up long ways at 3.5. Very important. You need to put it at 3.5 because your 45-degree angle lines are going to line up with what you need it to line up with to make the correct lines, the correct scores, okay? So what you're going to do is, I personally like to take my bone folder and I like to put it where I'm going to score it and then line up my ruler that way. So that way it accommodates the width, the thickness of my bone folder as well. If you just line it up like this, you're going to be a little bit off. Really depends on how anal you are, but I just like that little tiny, what, 1/16 of an inch, for crying out loud. Apparently I'm anal. So I like to kind of line it up that way. You need to use your ruler to make sure that you're in line with that 40-degree angle. If you just line it up down here, you're like, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm at 45, and then you're off here, you're not at the right angle. And it's real important that that angle's right, so when you fold your bag into place, all the edges are lining up. Okay? So once you get that there, give it a good score. Just from your first line from the bottom, okay? From the bottom, you're going to go up to your first score line, start there, and score down at that 45 degrees. Okay? Only do that. Don't go up here because it doesn't line up right. I don't know if you can see that, but you need to bring it from this angle out. So do it just here. Don't go all the way across. Start at this first one and go down, okay? Turn your paper around, line it up at 3.5. Okay? Get your ruler. Am I backwards? Where am I? Here I am. And line it up again at 45 degrees. Line it there. And just score it down right here. Put a good score line in there. Okay? Now, this is what I didn't realize when I did my tutorial last, is that, hello Kelly, you can use this 45-degree line to do this way. I was flipping my paper over and still using the same 45-degree angle. So to show you, if you only have a mat that has it like this, that's fine, okay? Like I lined it up at 3.5. You can still do this. 3.5. Put your ruler on, make your line. Turn it around, 3.5. Put your ruler down, make your line, okay? Then turn it over, and you can still use that same line. And it's okay if your score line's on the other side, it's fine. So put it down at 3.5, and then you would just use your 45-degree line to make it here on this side, okay? If that's the only way you have that 45-degree line, you can still do this, no problem, okay? But what I realized when I did the last tutorial, which was interrupted many times, because that is just the story of my life, and I love it, wouldn't trade it for anything. But I realized, oh, Kelly, what the heck are you thinking? You could just do it that way, and then I don't have to turn my paper. So, oops, I turned it around, oh well. Okay, so grab my ruler, line myself up on the 45, both sides, And get your score on. Ta-da. Turn it. 3.5. Ah. 45 degrees. And get your score on. So there you go. So all your score lines, hopefully if I wiggle this around in my light, it'll catch the glare so you can see all my score lines. Okay, there we go. So we're done scoring. But now we got to start teaching this paper how to go. And I want to show you another thing. I've done 2 tutorials. I can't remember if I mentioned it or not. I don't think I did. This is how the bag is going to look when we're done before we embellish it, okay? And as you can see, this one was made with white core paper. There, you can use that. It's okay. But as you know, or may not know, you know, I got to stop saying that. If it's white core, the white core is going to show through. Some people just hate that. You know, again, depends on how anal you are. And when you bend it and score it and bend it, sometimes it will rip and you'll see that white through there. It's fine, guys. Just ink it. Just ink it with, you know, archival. You can use distress, but if it gets wet, it'll get on some. I mean, it might get compromised. So, but you can ink that if it's black, or ink it the right color, whatever you want to do. You're going to cover it up. It's not the end of the world. So if you want to use a cheaper paper, you know, a more like here's a piece of the color box white core, you know, or before you start doing it, ink it. It's up to you. But I personally, for this, because I know this will happen, and apparently as I do tutorials, I find out I am more anal than I thought I was. It's not the end of the world. I'll deal with that. But if I know that that's going to happen and I think ahead of time, I decide to go with paper that is not white core, and it just looks neater to me. So that's just something to think about as you do this. Okay? So now it's time to teach this paper how we want it to go. And, okay, the gentleman crafter, how wonderful he is. I just love him. He explained which way you're supposed to, once you score it, which way you're supposed to bend. And I always forget. I think it's this way. Like, I scored it down this way, so I turn it over and I bend it this way. Right or wrong, that's what I'm doing. Wish I could get to his video. Gentleman crafter Jim, he is fabulous. He's just a wonderful man. And he did back to basics tutorial for like just basic things that a lot of people just don't know. You think you know it, but you don't. Just real simple basic stuff. So I'm just teaching that paper and varnishing it really well with my bone folder. Because I want it, once I make this bag, I want the paper to go, okay, this is my new home, and I need to stay in this new creased place that she put me. Okay? So I'm teaching the paper its new home. At least that's what I tell my kids when they see me and say, why are you doing that, Mom? I'm teaching it. Okay? Getting down all my score lines, okay? The 5 and the 7 and 1.5 and okay, but now I have these funky little things, so work it. You're gonna bend it in and like that. And hopefully you saw that. They bend inwards, okay? So take your finger, put it on the score line, hold it here, and push it back. Okay, and varnish that really good because that really needs to stay put. Okay, do it on the other side. Bend it over and fold it back. I'm sorry, guys. It's so hard to do because I know you probably didn't see that. I'll do it this way. Bend it over and fold it back on the score line. Okay, just like that. And varnish that really, really good. Okay? And now you see how it's coming together. There it is. Easy peasy. Super easy. But Kelly, where do I put my glue? I will show you. Okay? So I like to In the tutorials and things that I saw on Scor-pal, I did not see that they taped it in here. But I want to tape it on the underside and make it stay put right there. I'm going to put some tape here and stick it down like that, okay? And I'm going to use my Scor tape. And I'm just going to put one strip. Depending on how anal you are, you can put as much as you would like. But I just put one strip right on the edge, and that usually cuts it for me. Okay? And then you got to think about this, because even though I've put tape on the wrong part so often, this needs to be glued here so that it stays down there. Okay? So it doesn't need to be glued there. It just needs to be right here and right there. Okay? So I like to kind of turn it over. It's just easier for me to work with. I say it's easier for me to work with, and then it pops up on me. You just need a little strip right there and a little strip right there. Right there. Oops, tore that. Right there. I know it's going to be the same over here, so I might as well just use this. Right there. Right there. And right there. And one more on this side. There we go. I like to put all my tape down. Now think about this, guys, because if you're using an ATG gun, again, you can. But see, I'm twisting it all around. If my sticky stuff was on there already, it'd be sticking to everything, and I'd be losing my stickiness. And no one likes to lose their stickiness. So yet another reason why I really like this tape. Okay. Oops. Before I think I'm done taping, I'm going to do a little test run. That's how I need it. And I went a little over here. That's why I said, bring yourself, get out your little scissors. Just to get that overage. That's bound to happen. Oh, there's another couple little overages. Okay. There we go. Now, first, what's the easiest to do? Do one side at a time. Take off your little dealy bobbers. Sometimes I miss my acrylic nails, but I don't when I'm taking this off. Because I used to be like, oh my god, I'd have to take this and get all crazy because my nails were all fat and I couldn't get the stuff up. It's funny. Okay, stick that down really good because that's its new home. Okay, and then take these off here. And bend them up and stick them down. I'm trying to show you. Stick them down. Good to go. The same thing on the other side. Stick that down. You already know it's going to line up because you got all your measurements just perfect. So you don't have to worry about snipping or, oh, that's crooked, or, oh, that's not right. As long as you got your scoring down right where I told you, right at the right measurements, and you use the 45 degree. If you try and do it without that 45 degree guide, guys, it gets wonky on you. So try to do it that way. Hello. Well, I don't have acrylics, so I'm still having a hard time because it's all bendy. Alright. And once you get that out, you see that? Bend that sucker up and it fits on there perfectly. And then varnish it real quick. Just push that down. Give it a really good varnish. There's really a lot to be said for doing that, guys. It's worth it. Just takes an extra second. And there you go. There is our cute little gift box. There's all kinds of things. You can bend that sucker over like that. I just came up with that. You can bend that over like that if you really wanted to. Cut it down and bend it over. If it's too high, you can cut it down. I like it like this, but because that's just the way I do it. So there's the bag constructed, but we need to put our little holes in it. And how I like to do that, this is 3 inches, okay? Because I know I cut it down to 6. I know where I scored it, and it's 3 inches, but in case you doubt me, 3 inches. Okay? Now, I'm going to put the bigger hole in there, okay? So, I'm going to bring this down a 1/2 inch from the edge, from the top. So I'm at 3 inches, so I think I'm going to put my holes at 1 and 2. I'm going to bring it down a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to use my ruler to guide me across. Hello. I was going to use my ruler. There we go. So I'm going to put my holes right here at 2 and right here at 1. Okay. Grab your hole puncher. Get to it. Can't see what I'm doing. Oh, where'd my little hole go? You guys can eyeball it if you want. You do not have to go through the measuring and all that. Just eyeball it. Okay. Now I'm going to push these suckers together. Mark it. I could hold it and just punch it like that, but my anal tendencies are really showing today. Okay. And there you have it. There it is, all constructed. And I'm not going to decorate this with you guys. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. But, over a little bit. But there it is. And as you can see, sometimes these sides, they can buckle out or in. I kind of like to push them in. If you just give it a little poke like that, you're just kind of showing it where to go. Okay, you can put eyelets in here. If you want to seal it together like that so that they have to go in this way to get whatever it is, seal it together with eyelets or however you want. I like the nice finished look of the eyelets on there. I didn't do it on those. I did these a long time ago and then realized after the fact, but I'm not going to undo them. They're fine. You can put eyelets in here, hang charms. There's so much. The options for embellishing these are endless. So, but that's how you construct it, guys. And I hope that that is helpful and you will make some of these. I think that you would enjoy it. It goes a lot faster once you get your measurements down. So here they are decorated, a couple examples. And I hope you liked it. I hope you guys that asked got what you wanted out of it. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.